Another busy night at Memorial Stadium, and it's been all Nebraska so far in this one. So the Huskers' emotional season comes to an end here at the 2014 Holiday Bowl. Kevin, it's more like Hawks swimming pool out here at Haymarket Park. As you can see, there's standing water all over the field from last night's torrential downpour. But as you can see, all these kids out here at the College World Series, this is what it's all about. Another great day, even if the rain is putting a damper on the end. They haven't started renting it out yet, but hope this new mode of transportation will be the wave of the future. Shortly after that, I started talking with players that were either walking into Memorial Stadium or the football complex, just trying to get a feel of what they thought of the hire and what they knew of Mike Riley. He's one of the most colorful personalities ever to walk through that tunnel. It was no-sit Sunday the last time the Badgers were in Lincoln. Tonight, it's going to be a whiteout, as you just mentioned. This is normally the tool the Nebraska baseball team wants to work on the weekends, but lately, this one's been just as important. And to quote one of my favorite movies, so you're saying there's a chance. First pitch tonight, 6:35 here at Hawks Field. During the winter sports season, of all the sports he could have chosen, he was on the diving team. Are you sensing a theme here? It's a whiteout night at the Devaney Center tonight as the Huskers host Indiana. These shirts passed out to all the fans in attendance. It's finally game time. All the talk is over. They're actually going to play a football game. When the call to the bullpen is made, Raiders' entrance song begins playing throughout Hawks Field. It's a mixture of hard rock, which can be pretty intimidating to hitters. But what's even more menacing, this is what they see when he toes the rubber. It's clear that Bade isn't afraid to mix it up with the guys when she gets in this seat. But the 22-year-old sprint car driver is a knockout off the track as well. Bade even does some print modeling on the side. Now let's bring in your beautiful fiance here, Shelby. What was that like for you? Do you have any idea that was coming?
No, I had no idea. I was completely shocked, actually.
What did it feel like in here with the crowd for a Big Ten game?
Oh, I felt great, man. Big Ten ain't no joke.
He then concluded his talk by taking several selfies with some of the coaches in attendance. Reporting from the Hendricks Training Complex in Lincoln, Drew White, 10-11 Sports. The odds my hair looks like this when I get down.
Your hair's
Zero?
not going to look like that when you get down.
Okay.
Unless you've used a lot of gel.
That's what I was afraid of. I mean, I'm usually not at a loss for words. I am right now. It is literally just everyone in the world needs to do it at least once. We were talking about it in the newsroom, and we have some hot dogs here with us. We decided we'd give ourselves a little bit.
Give it a try. All right, count us down.
So you're, hold on,
guys ready?
hold on.
Yep.
My mom will be proud of this.
Oh, look at
Gotta
you.
keep it proper.
Yeah, those
All right.
for us.
The Nebraska football team is happy to have an impact freshman like Josh Kalu. He's simply happy to tell about each moment he gets at Memorial Stadium. As 10-11's Drew White reports in tonight's Know Your Husker, 19 years ago, Kalu was fighting for his life just days after birth.
Josh Kalu wears the number 10 on his jersey, but more importantly, he carries the number 10 in his heart.
Having that number 10 to be the reason and symbolize why I'm still alive. Every time I look at it, I just realize how far I actually came.
When Kalu was only 10 days old, he had to have surgery to save his life.
I wasn't able to digest food. I would swallow it, come back up, and I would always throw up and things like that. Being able to push and keep going and fight to who I am to be today, or who I am today, and having that number 10 to just resemble how God has blessed me in so many ways, it's really nice.
Following that life-saving surgery, Kalu spent several months in the hospital, eventually being released to the care of his parents.
My mom will always tell me, she always remind me how blessed she is. She would thank the Lord every day. Thank you for keeping my son alive and what the great things he's been able to accomplish. And she reminds me every day when I play football, just thank him. Because I mean, I wouldn't be here.
Snap back to Kaya, looking, holding, throws downfield, pass intercepted, picked off. Huskers intercept the pass. It is Joshua Kalu with the pick.
It's cool. Nah, I'm playing. It's amazing.
Because of what he's been through, Josh Kalu doesn't take anything for granted. In fact, he's actually a pretty goofy guy with a great outlook on life.
I feel like you just got to enjoy it, like every single piece of it, like just playing out here in the stadium. God put something in me to just be able to smile and it just be a blessing, I guess, or have some type of enjoyment or make everybody excited or goofy or smile in a certain way. Because I mean, I put a smile on my mom's face when I was able to stay alive, so why not put a smile on everybody else's face every day?
So in front of 90,000 plus screaming Husker fans, Nebraska's number 10 will continue to dance for joy, the joy of life. Covering the Huskers, Drew White, 10-11 Sports.
Petaway drives the ball and puts it in off the glass. 3-on-1. Petaway up and in. Huskers up by 11.
Man, I'm probably one of the biggest competitors you'll ever know, man. I want to win at everything.
Rightfully so, Teran Pettaway grew up in a basketball family.
My oldest brother, Terry, he played at Lamar for like 5 years, and then he went overseas and played in London. And then my middle brother, I mean, he was a outstanding player, but he played in JUCO.
But that passion Pettaway plays with, that comes from somewhere else.
If you ever meet my mom, that's where I get it from. She's emotional, I'm telling you right now.
The lob and the dunk. Oh, highlight reel, big time. The lob by Parker and the dunk by Pettaway.
The Big Ten's second leading scorer began his college career in his home state of Texas at Texas Tech University, but luckily for Husker Nation, Pettaway found his way to Lincoln.
An alert came to my phone. It said Tim Miles accepted a job in Nebraska, and I was like, dang. I asked my dad, I was like, can you ask me if he still want me? He said he called him. A couple of days later, he called me back. He's like, he said he still wants you. He said he just wants you to sign right now. So we didn't go to no recruiting thing. It was no other visit. I came visit here, signed before I left.
Due to NCAA transfer rules, Pettaway was forced to sit out last season, so he spent most of his time right here at the Hendricks Training Center, and with the help of his brothers, the coaching staff, and the weight room, he transformed both his body and his game.
Sitting on that sideline, just watching my teammates play night in and night out, it was the toughest thing I've ever been through, really. That
year off allowed Pettaway to develop into a primetime performer, and as all great players do, he wants the ball when the game's on the line.
I don't get scared or nervous or nothing like that. I just live in the moment. I love shots like that.
And if there's any doubt about his dedication, just ask his hair.
I haven't had a haircut since I was like 3 years old.
At the rate Pettaway is producing, Nebraska fans are in for quite the treat in the years to come. Covering the Huskers, Drew White, 1011 Sports. In front of a sold-out crowd of over 2,000 fans at Wayne State College, two teams played for one purpose, helping a town rebuild only 7 months after a devastating tornado turned Wayne upside down.
To me, this is the most meaningful thing we've ever done in Nebraska volleyball for life skills, giving back to the community. That's where it really all sinks in. And I know it does for our girls.
We always love doing anything to help out, and so just coming up here playing in front of this town is just something we can do, like a little part we can do to help them out. And we actually had 3 girls on the end of our bench who they lost completely everything from the tornado, so that was kind of cool to just see they're still here supporting us, and then we're up here trying to support them at the same time.
It's a great turnout. It's an exciting day here in Wayne. I know the youth of Wayne is excited, and it's a great way for us to give back to the community.
In an effort to raise even more money, an auction was held between games 2 and 3. Some of the items on the auction block: a signed football from Husker head coach Bo Pelini, also a signed basketball from the Creighton men's basketball team, but the item grossing the highest total, a Wayne State College neon bar sign. That sold for $625.
We're hoping that it's going to be close to around $15,000 that we can give to the city. And when you're building a sports complex, I don't know if $15,000 goes very far, but I'm sure anything is going to help them out right now.
Well, this is huge for our community. After the devastation of the tornado, it's just another great event for us to get together and raise some money for those that were affected, lost their homes, their jobs, those types of things.
In a matchup between two state rivals, the score didn't matter. The real winner today, the town of Wayne. Reporting at Wayne State College in Wayne, Nebraska, Drew White, 1011 Sports.
Now, your award-winning local sports coverage is 1011's Drew White.
Well, it may be the weekend, but the Huskers aren't taking any time off. This evening, the Nebraska football team held their third practice of fall camp, which lasted just under 2 hours. Now, following the workout under the lights, defensive coordinator Mark Banker met with the media, and the leader of the Blackshirts confirmed those jerseys will be awarded before the first game.
It'd be great if everybody was on the first team. You know, theoretically, the black shirt name belongs to everybody on defense. At some point in time, there'll be black shirts awarded to those guys that deserve it, that are the frontline guys, and it doesn't end there. Anybody can continue to work hard and enter that group. They need to, play to a particular standard.
So we'll just have to wait and see how many black shirts will be handed out by Mike Riley's new staff. One guy that is likely to receive one is linebacker Michael Rose-Ivy. 1011's Ryan Mix is live outside of Memorial Stadium with more. Hey, Ryan.
Drew, yeah, it was 1011 Sports.
Thank you, Ryan. Some more news and notes from today's workout. Defensive tackle Vincent Valentine was once again a limited participant. Mark Banker says he's been impressed with freshman linebacker Tyron Ferguson. And as for Kevin Williams, who declared he was not a backup on Thursday, well, his position coach Hank Hughes says he likes the young man's competitiveness and fire. Nebraska will be back on the practice field tomorrow night. Well, now the current members of the Big Red have a long way to go if they want to join these former Huskers. Tonight, Former NU offensive lineman Will Shields and Mick Tingelhoff became the 4th and 5th members of the Huskers to be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Tingelhoff is a native of Lexington, Nebraska, and is regarded as the best center of his era. Despite being undrafted out of NU, Tingelhoff started all 240 games in his 17-year career for the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, Shields spent 14 seasons as one of the most feared offensive guards in the NFL. The former All-American at Nebraska started a franchise record 223 games for the Chiefs and made 12 straight Pro Bowls. Shields retired back in 2007 and can often be seen in Lincoln watching basketball, as he's the father of Husker hooper Siobhan Shields. And it's only the 5th time in history that a pair of teammates were inducted to the Hall of Fame in the same class.
To Coach Tenopher, who gave a young 17-year-old man a chance to dream, of a lifetime, I will forever be grateful. To Coach Young for making the effort to recruit in Oklahoma. I will always remember your kindness and your humor.
Let's stay in the NFL, where former Husker and current NFL superstar Ndamukong Suh is on the right trajectory to reach Canton. Suh, who signed a lucrative deal with Miami in the offseason, looked impressive in the Dolphins' first scrimmage of the year. He was all over the place, making several impact plays, which included a 12-yard tackle for loss.
It's like we want to meet at the quarterback. We want to create plays off each other and have fun about it. And at the end of the day, my job is to come out here and make plays, but at the same time create havoc for my other teammates to make plays.
To the MLB, where the Kansas City Royals celebrated Nebraska by hosting Husker Day at the K. Here's former Husker Alex Gordon taking batting practice before the game. Now, Gordon did not play. He's still recovering from a groin injury suffered last month. So let's head to the K, where the Royals were hosting the White Sox. And as you can see, there was plenty of red in the crowd for Husker Day at the K. And the Royals would trail 2-0 early, but they would battle back in the 5th. Kendrys Morales gives one a ride. That gets down at the warning track. Lorenzo Cain scores. That gives the Royals the 6-2 lead. A couple of batters later, Salvador Perez follows suit with the long RBI double to left. The Royals would go up by 5 before Chicago made it a close one, but Greg Holland comes on for the save in the 9th. The Royals win 7-6 on Husker night. Our Big Ten previews continue in Happy Valley, where James Franklin is entering his 2nd year with Penn State. The Nittany Lions also return starting quarterback Christian Hackenberg, who will try to lead Penn State to back-to-back bowl wins for the first time in 8 years.
Just so many positive things falling into place right now. Really happy for our kids in our program. We're coming into this season with nothing floating over our head. They have the ability to be able to chase their dreams at the very, very highest level. So really, really excited.
Penn State showed flashes in 2014, starting the year 4-0 before losing 6 out of 8 in conference play. During that stretch, they were pretty bad on offense. They only averaged 14 points per game in Big Ten play. But guys, getting back to Nebraska football, 3 practices in right now. It's a lot of fun to see those guys practicing under the lights as opposed to in the midday heat. So really liking the new format Coach Riley has.
Yeah, a couple weeks from a game, too. It's getting close.
Crazy 4 weeks from today.
Lots of excitement. Thanks, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.